Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for this Saturday video. And oh wow, my hair looks like a monster today, but actually still looks kind of sharp though. So actually today I don't really have a special eBay video to make on Saturday, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something different today. I might talk about a couple of things that have happened to me on eBay in the past. I was thinking about kind of doing scammer type videos. So on Facebook, there are certain groups I've looked at. You know, when they're like LJN groups, Has Brothers, stuff like that. So different Hasbro groups, and I've noticed a lot of people. They'll put down names of folks that they bought from that never shipped items to them or whatever. It's a scammer list essentially. People to stay away from. And I wanted to kind of create my own little specific name association with people that I've purchased from or had problems with the guys on eBay. And if I were to actually go back though, I mean, I've overall experiences with sellers hasn't been the worst. I mean, one of my biggest issues nowadays is, I don't know, you buy something this size, you maybe buy like 4 packages, and they charge you $30 shipping. That's what I have a problem with. But people that I had, major problems were like they would send you like nonstop harassing messages or threats, stuff like that. Yeah, I've had to deal with problem makers like that. But maybe I'll get to that towards the end. I've also been thinking about making more adult-related content. I know. You guys want to know where my OnlyFans is, huh? No, guys, that's not the adult content I was talking about, but cheers. No, 2 years ago, if you had asked me how often I drink, never. I mean, I always looked at any sort of alcohol like this. One, it tastes terrible, it makes you sick, it's expensive, and it messes up your mind and thinking and all that. So why would you want to put yourself through that? But the last year or so, I don't know if I would necessarily say I classify myself as an alcoholic, but man, I drink almost on a daily basis nowadays. It feels like, I guess I'm just trying to enjoy retirement to the best of my ability, and because I really wasn't a drinker my entire life, it's another way I guess of just trying to do something different. And my wife, she bought me this beer. It's called Krabby's Original Alcoholic Ginger Beer. Now, I kind of feel like this beer, I know it's going to be turned into a beer review video now. Sorry. We'll try a little something different this time around. I kind of look at this beer as the opposite effect of, like, what's a great example? Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is a perfect example. All 4 Lethal Weapon movies were fantastic. But Part 1 was better than Part 2. Part 2 better than 3. Part 3 better than Part 4. So, I kind of think about the same thing with this beer. Again, in opposite form. The first time I drank this beer, it was like the most disgusting thing I've ever had. The second time I drank the second bottle I had, less worse. Third time, a little bit better. And now the fourth and final bottle, and I guess your taste buds really have to adjust to it. Actually, physically in store the other day, or about a month ago, we bought the 6-pack. I mean, it looked nice. I mean, I don't know what, because I'm not really a beer drinker or anything like that. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember like taking that, open up the bottle, taking that first sip, kind of like, man, this is exactly the type of moment you want to be in. You get home from work after a hard day, you want to kick back in your lazy boy, watch Cubs game or something, and have that perfect beer set aside to you. Normally, when I drink in the past, like you give me a beer, and it's like an hour and a half later, and I've only made it about that far. Because even though beer, it's drinkable, I really don't. I don't enjoy it. Regular alcohol, bourbon and vodka and rum, all that. No, I can't. I don't know how people drink that stuff straight through. That stuff is disgusting. I can't drink that crap unless it's mixed with some kind of pop, Coke or cream soda or something. But it's got to have some kind of pop mixture with it, or Red Bull or something like that. That tastes really good. So review Krabby's. What do I like about it? I think it really is the ginger that gives that terrible taste. When I think of ginger, I think of like, something. I don't want to say sweet or whatnot, but yeah, like kind of like a peppermint taste to it. That's what I think of ginger. But no, you drink this and it's thick. It burns. It's like eating the little red ginger that you get from sushi. I think that's more of the ginger they're talking about than more of the peppermint taste to it. You really gotta be a seasoned veteran to drink it. One thing I gotta say though, when you start drinking it, you start drinking straight through, you really don't notice it until the aftertaste. But that aftertaste, it's like I said, it burns your throat. It just, it's not very good. I do plan on getting more, every month or so. Try a different brand or something, see which one really settles and which one I really like. Plus, I think it's the dark beer as well. Well, no, I kind of mixed this in with my cream soda the other day, and it actually tastes pretty decent. The cream soda actually balanced it out and eliminated the taste. Yep. Alright, that's my poor man's review of a random beer selection. eBay video. Today's video. What? The beer review wasn't the video? Apparently not. Let's talk about something eBay related. This one is kind of disappointing because, unlike some of the scammers or most scammers that you deal with, the particular scammer I'm going to talk about today really knew how to talk a good game and really played the long game. About 2 months ago or so, on Mercari, there are all these fake sellers come popping up. You knew they were fake sellers because they all had zero feedback, which, everybody's had to start off somewhere, so that's not a red flag. The red flag is, all of a sudden, all of these zero feedback people are selling carded Hasbro Dusty Rhodes figures for like $500-600. Now, mind you, you can't purchase a carded Dusty Rhodes for less than $1,000. And you go on eBay, those things are $2,500, $3,000. You might find one on a low end for $2,000, but they're not that valuable. But people seem to think they are. But yeah, you're looking at $500-600-700 for, and then there's like a bunch of them popping up. I figured for a Dusty Rhodes, I had to risk it. And sure enough, remember I get one of those little envelopes like that big with nothing more than a Pokemon card inside. It's like you're gonna get your money back once you realize the scam and everything, but it's just the frustration and the inconvenience of having to go through crap like that. And 2022, I was with Akima and I was in Iraq, and I found this seller that made custom Series 11 Hasbro figures. Now, at that time, I don't think I had any Series 11 figures. Maybe I had a carded Yokozuna from Series 11 at the time. And when you looked at his photographs, they looked absolutely identical to the real thing. Like, you couldn't even tell they were different. They were that good. I'm like, but thing is, you had to you had to win them, either, buy it now type of deal, but they weren't pre-made. That was one of my biggest mistakes ever. It says takes about 2 to 3 months to get them up. I'm a patient man. You know what? I'd rather spend $150 on this figure, than spend $1,100 on said figure for the original, or $75, $100, whatever it came out to be. So yeah, I bought like a 1, 2, 3 kid. Then I came back and I bought like another 1, 2, 3 kid and like all the other series 11 or series series 11 figures. Then I came back and bought them all again and with cards. Now, I say that this scammer was different than most guys because he responded every time for months and months, even after the 2 or 3 month period. What does that mean? With eBay, if you don't file a claim within 90 days, you're SOL. So if I buy this figure today and the seller never ships it, or whatever the issue is, if I don't complain within 90 days, I don't get the figure and I lost my funds. And because his listing stated 2 to 3 months for arrival, and I had bought so much from him, and I bought so much, and I thought I was safe through eBay. No, not a big deal. So 4 months passed, 5 months. I mean, obviously getting concerned, but understandably, I wanted him to ship everything together. Save on shipping costs. I didn't think much about it. For like 7 months, I mean, the man was like, anytime I reached out to him, he gave me updates. He would send me photos. So like, he gave me absolutely no inclination whatsoever that, he was scamming me out of my money. Yeah, eventually, like, eBay forced him to send one package, like the last package. And I think like 7 figures, he only sent me 5. So even the one bundle I did get from him wasn't even complete. So, I don't know, $1,000, close to it, between all those purchases. Like I said, the entire Series 7 custom lot, plus I had requested cards on others. So Nighmik, his name is Mike Nighmik on eBay, Nighmik, and I always say, man, if I do business with people, do a lot of business, they're not just people I buy from. They become friends. And for a long time, I trusted this man, and you know what? He screwed me over big time. I mean, you live, you learn, but I mean, who could just sit back and lose out on hundreds and hundreds of dollars? And like I said, I think it's closer to $1,000. I don't know. I don't really remember how much I paid into all of it, but it's 2 years later. I don't want to give up on that. I really wish there was somebody out there that knew who this clown was, so I could get my freaking figures I paid for. So I kind of feel like every so often, if there isn't really like an eBay specialty video that I'm planning for the week or something, maybe I can help you guys out, kind of learn about different sellers that are out there that you really should not do business with. The one clown I told you about back when I was doing my LJN review videos, I think last February/March time. So, wow, I can't believe those videos are over a year old already. With those, in I think the Series 6 video, I talked about winning a Andre the Giant on card from this guy, and I didn't want to pay him because of what he was doing with all my other orders. And yeah, I'm gonna try and find his name. If I can't remember his name, then I'll just kind of talk about that in a future video. If you're not happy with what your item sells for, I would rather have a person reach out to me and be like, hey man, I really wish this sold for more. I was expecting to sell for more than it did. I can't take a loss on this. I can't sell it to you. I'd be more grateful and appreciative if they reached out to me in that capacity than just lie to me and say that their animals pissed all over the product. I'm like, where are you laying out your items, your sellable items, to have your animals do anything on them? So I'd rather have a real genuine answer than just some BS answer. And with that particular guy, there was a whole lot more that went into it. But again, that's a conversation for another time. I mean, we're only at about 15 minutes today, but I wanted this to be a really quick video and kind of talk about the nasty. What the heck am I doing drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, anyways? Or 2 o'clock in the afternoon? I don't know. It's the weekend. Why not? Yeah. Maybe I will do more adult-related content in the future. I just think about the OnlyFans. I thought that was hilarious. You know somebody out there was thinking it. Come on. The second I said adult content, somebody had that going through their mind. I'm not that bad off that I need to sell my body now. Shoot. Guys, enough of me being stupid now. Just kind of a video to be goofy and kind of have some fun, you know. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Goodbye, everybody.